SideQuest used to be the main source of games outside of the main Oculus Quest store for your Quest headset. With the release of AppLab though, Oculus have essentially created their own version of SideQuest, which means experimental and demo games can be released direct on the Oculus store without you having to sideload games. This massively simplifies the process of getting those games on your headset, and we've seen plenty of games jumping ship from SideQuest to the AppLab store so that they can reach a larger audience. This video is taking you through some of the best games that are available on AppLab that you should definitely try. Bear in mind that AppLab is an experimental store, so you do get games that are in various stages of development, and so most are not anywhere near as polished as the games that you see on the standard store. With that said, welcome to my tech gear. Let's get into it. Before we go any further, if you do enjoy the video, please don't forget to like and share it. And if you're not subscribed yet, then please consider doing so using the buttons down below. It really helps me build up this channel so that I can keep making videos like this for you. Probably the game that SideQuest was most well known for, Pavlov's Shack, has now made the move to AppLab, making it easily available to even more people. They even saw a spike of 3,000 new users when it was launched on AppLab. That's quite a spike. If you've played any first-person shooter such as Counter-Strike, then you know what you're getting. If not, then where have you been? First-person shooters in VR take things to a whole new level. This is a classic multiplayer online shooter which sees you in various team-based versus modes as you battle to win. With a variety of weapons to choose from and a wealth of online players to play with, it's a pretty polished game already despite it being in beta release, as it's been available on SideQuest before now for quite some time. In its beta release form, it is currently still free, but be prepared for it to get promoted to a fully fledged game in the Quest store later this year for a rumoured $24.99. It's a great game to jump in though and try the full game for free before then. This is the game that was one of my best games on SideQuest when it was on that platform. Now that it's on AppLab, Ancient Dungeon VR is now even more accessible. This is a roguelike dungeon crawler in the graphical style of Minecraft, where you have to fight through hordes of different monsters using your sword and throwing knife whilst collecting power-ups along the way to improve them. As every dungeon is procedurally generated, this means that every run is different from the last one, which keeps each attempt fresh. There are traps and secrets to uncover, which are never in the same place twice, and tons of different loot to find. Along the way, you can also buy different upgrades and perks so you're ready for that inevitable boss fight. It's a game you'll easily find yourself coming back to for more. The clue to the game is in the name. You get to play tag, as a gorilla, literally. Up to 3 players playing a simple game of tag, or 4 or more playing infection mode, where the premise for either is simple enough. Run from the infected or try to catch the survivors, depending on which side you're on. It's parkour in VR where you get to spring up trees and scramble up cliff faces, all in a jungle that is your playing field. You can also hang out in private rooms and chat all day if that's more your pace. With a movement style that's fast flowing and all over the place as you jump trees, cliffs and swing from branches, it might not be the game for you if you easily suffer from motion sickness, but it's definitely worth a try. If you can't be bothered heading off to the court to shoot some hoops, then do it in VR instead. Gym Class has no rival in this space and so offers a truly unique experience that's well worth a try. You can play hoops online with up to 8 others in an NBA regulation sized gym from the comfort of your own home, or just go solo to get your skills up to speed. The graphics are simple but well done, and the mechanics of the game are easy to get the hang of. Team up with your mates to practice layups and stunt shots, or just spend hours getting that perfect slam dunk. Your arms will certainly feel it after you've finished. VR basketball is now a thing. Hyperdash was one of the best games available on SideQuest and still a game I wholeheartedly recommend buying, but since its promotion from SideQuest demo to a fully fledged game in the Quest store, there's been a void in AppLab, so here comes Gun Raiders to fill it. It's another free-to-play VR shooter in a similar vein to Hyperdash, with similar graphical styling where you can jump in and play various team-based battle modes, all the while chatting with your friends. You can even use custom skins to make your player stand out from the rest. Whether it's holding a strategic location until time runs out, a free-for-all session where anything goes, or a simple team deathmatch where the team with the most points wins, there's tons of fun to be had here in some super frantic gameplay. Who says that every game has to be action-packed? Finally, introducing a pool game for the Quest, Black Hole Pool is currently available as a demo on AppLab. Whilst it is easy to see that it is currently a game still in development, the physics of the game are already very good. Here you get to try out a famous practice drill where you pot the balls in any order. Go for basic potting skills or take it up a notch and try to execute amazing trick shots. Honestly, the tricks that you can pull off here with a bit of practice are very satisfying. You can even watch YouTube videos in-game whilst you're playing. I love that this is being shared early and it allows you to share feedback to the developer on what you think is working and isn't. If you love pool, and even if you don't, I recommend checking it out. Whilst all the other games have been free to play, here we have a game that actually costs money. At $14.99, it's certainly not an expensive game though, and it's easy to see the difference that paying a little bit of cash gets you. Guardians is a VR shooter that blends the genres of real-time strategy and first-person shooters, all within a sci-fi setting. With both a single-player campaign and a multiplayer PvP and PvE co-op modes, there's plenty to get your teeth stuck into here, and it's also cross-play between PC and Quest. That's certainly a lot for your money. You are responsible for protecting the Federation as they extract a new energy source for harvesting. You have a powerful arsenal at your disposal in standard FPS affair, but you can also summon and control defensive structures and units to help them fight invading armies in true real-time strategy fashion. It's Command and Conquer, Halo and Starship Troopers all rolled into one. Definitely give it a go. If you like the Sims type games or can remember Populous, and I might be showing my age with that one, then this game is definitely for you. It's not free, but at only $8, it's not exactly going to break the bank either. Deism is a VR modern take on classic God games like Populous. Build your own world and help mankind to evolve from the Stone Age to the Industrial Revolution. You choose whether to perform miracles and provide them with the necessary resources they need, or make them suffer with disasters. Be careful with this though, as humans are your source of power, and treat them too badly and heresy will slowly corrupt your people and convert them to a false god, stripping you of your power. There are hours of gameplay here. A recent update has also seen the Future Age added, so now it's possible to evolve your people and their cities even further. So sit back, put your feet up and go build yourself a world. This is just the tip of the iceberg of the games available in AppLab. It's a great way to get in early to try some games in development and help the developers craft their games, while still getting access to predominantly free content. With currently almost 200 games available in AppLab and that number ever increasing, there's certainly always something new to try. So be sure to check out applab.games for the easiest way to find out the current list of available games. If you want to know how to install AppLab games, then be sure to check out my video that takes you through the easy steps needed to do this. Link in the description down below. I hope you've enjoyed the video and it's given you a few ideas of what games to try next. Please like this video if you've enjoyed it, consider subscribing if you're not, and as always, see you in the next one.